Hi, I'm Sam Tribble. Welcome to Spin Tutorials. Today we're going to be shooting a little bit of video, giving you some information on how to approach some inversions when you're completely upside down, whether it is for a reverse coin or a handstand waltz or just spinning on one hand upside down or in a handstand, but just giving you some ground-based exercises to help you on your way. And today I have Yasmina, one of our students, who's going to be helping us out with all of our ground basics. So here we go. So one of the first things you want to have is just understanding of a handstand position. So Yasmina, just go ahead and just kick up to a couple of handstands. Excellent job. So as you can see, she has an idea of where that handstand is. It's pretty good. The other thing you'll want to have is some awareness upside down and movement, coordinating your body. So can we do a bridge and then walk a few steps forward and backwards? Yeah, you can just reach back. So this is nice, good back flexibility. And then walking the other way. And now a half turn, 180. Yep. Yep. Great, back the other way. So we're condensing all these exercises, doing them very quickly for you so that you get an idea. That's great, you can come on down. So the next exercise we want to be able to do is we're going to go ahead and go do the hand overs, walking. Yeah. Great. Head is in. That would be in. Good. Okay, so our next exercise is we're going to take that and do the same thing against the wall. This drill against the wall. This is something that we do almost every day now as we work towards our inversions. Okay. Good. And what we're doing is we're creating an exit strategy. So that's the biggest thing, is having your athletes strong enough with all their ground basics that when they get inverted, they're strong enough to handle an exit strategy, whether it's cartwheeling out or rolling out of a handstand from the wheel. Okay, so the next exercise, same thing, but this time we're going to be more inverted. She's getting strong enough to support herself in that handstand and manipulate the same positions. If she can do this on the ground, you can go ahead and start, Yasmina. Then the chances are when she's in the wheel, there's less friction. It's actually a little bit more responsive, and you can go back the other way. Very good. So that's a great position, just keeping her hands right by her ears, almost as though she has a wheel in her hand. Very good. And come on down. Okay, so this next one, we're going to add some swing, because this is how we start to connect the movement to the rotation of the wheel. So again, ground exercise, we can do this from the wall. The closer to the wall you are, the easier this exercise will be. She's going to swing the leg, create that spinning rotation, that momentum, transfer, transfer. Very good. Okay, so this next exercise is we're starting on our feet, because when you're doing the waltz, before you invert, you're obviously upright, and then there's a reach down, which will be with the trail hand, and then the lead hand comes in, and then that's when the spinning really starts to happen. So this is mimicking that exercise, but on the ground. She reaches, there's a spin with the first hand, and then it transfers into the hand waltz. Boom. Or you could just be spinning in a handstand. One more time. That was really good. So really understanding these movements and getting them comfortable on the ground without the wheel, it's not a necessity, but it definitely helps, because you'll have some reference point for where your body is in space and time when you're spinning. Great, so we're going to keep moving on. The other ground-based movement that you would like to have is you'll be swinging your opposition arm and leg up to the handstand, and when you reach, you're going to take the trail arm and reach behind you. So it really starts a reverse cartwheel movement in the pirouette. Right? So this starts me turning in the same direction I would be doing if I actually was beginning a hand waltz and placing the first hand down and then reaching under. So this is like starting on the placement of that second hand, and this is where a lot of people get caught up. Or when they start to fall backwards, they're not sure about what's going to happen, or they simply pull their head out so far that when they should make the transfer to the back side, it always comes out the front. So you can do trial and error here on the ground, which is a lot easier than being inside the wheel. Yes, yes. That was really good. Notice it started to curve around, spinning and rotating to the back side. One more. Good, good, good. If you think of it like your spider roll, so your legs are going to the back. Yes, good, good. Because the legs are coming together, it's slowing things down, but the direction is correct and the initiation is correct. So you may have heard me mention this is similar to a spider roll, and that is the other exercise that's nice to have. If you have a spider roll, that really is the same as a reverse coin and really helps you get set up for entering a hand waltz. One more. Good, so I spotted the spider roll. We're on a hard surface, so you might as well go ahead and be cautious about protecting your body. So now we're going to go ahead and move on into the wheel and show how some of these things relate. So the exercise that is often overlooked is understanding that when you're upside down, your inside to in front of the wheel is the best way to control the wheel. Once you move to the back, then you're going to end up rolling back up to your feet. It's hard to sustain the inversion if you only understand how to be behind the wheel, and that's how a lot of people get thrown out of the wheel. So again, we're just moving into these exercises, so you're going to be able to see what it's like as you're learning the progression. So we're really more on the ground-based exercises than the inversion aspect of these skills. Slow. And let it roll. Use your arms to let it roll as you move forward. There you go. And let it roll to the back. That's it. One more. Let it roll to the back side. Good. So as your athletes become more proficient, or as you become more proficient, if you're fortunate enough to have a spot, then you can get a spot. However, I'm going to demonstrate with Courtney here and how we get into this inversion. And the next one we'll do from the coin spin, keeping in mind that if you've gone through all the exercises, whether you make it around or not, you have an exit strategy for stepping out and knowing what to do. So here we go from the coin spin. That looks great. That looks great. Good. Yes. Sorry. Good. So the last exercise we're going to do, I'll demonstrate for you, is coin spins, and allow the coin spins to slowly rise as high as possible until it gets to a handstand, and then just ride out that spin. Often it will start to take you into a hand waltz, or at least get you very comfortable spinning upside down. I would suggest starting with this low coin spin, picking up speed and rising to the inversion and spinning in the handstand, opposed to waltzing, dropping into the hand spin or the inversion or the hand waltz. It'd be a little bit more consistent. Once you can do coin spin up and spin, then it's a little bit easier to have the control to waltz and drop into the coin spin. Otherwise, it just reduces the amount of turns you're going to take in being successful spinning in the handstand or leading into your hand waltz. The larger wheel for inversions allows you to be more in a naturally extended position. So I usually find it a little bit easier to get to the handstand and spin in something that's a little bit larger. I can just really stretch out a little bit more here. So that's your spin tutorial for today, approaching the inversions. I hope you enjoyed some of the ground-based skills. If you have questions or comments, go ahead and leave them down there and we'll try to answer all your questions. Thanks for joining us.